All right. Well, still some other bits and bobs that we can do before we even need to think about ending this epic anniversary stream. One of them, I was going to try and fit this into when we were more talking about the Star War, but we just ran out of time. But something funny happened back when Ahsoka was a thing. If you can cast your memories back, there was an event in Ahsoka where Hera, played by girl from Final Destination 3.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah, that's her main role that she's famous for is Final Destination 3. And so she's there.
Classic.
She arrives after being called to that planet where like all the fight. Remember when the gas cloud man Marok died? She comes there after Ahsoka has been assumed dead from the night skies with the orange lightsabers. All that stuff's happening. She just brings her kid. Very odd. It's not a good thing that she does.
Yeah,
that.
it's bizarre. We're gonna go Sith hunting. Come on, kiddo.
And so this happened at the
that,
time, and I remember thinking, "Oh, we gotta find a way to cover this at some point because it's fucking fascinating." The Star Wars fandom are so desperate for good content, they'll defend the hell out of anything that comes out sometimes. And so someone, a free thinker, you might say, opened up a thread on the Star Wars subreddit saying, "Hey, Hera is like the worst mum of the century. Who brings their child into an active war zone? Suspension of disbelief goes poof. Andor was so much better. I just can't now." First of all, true. Andor is so much better.
True.
Completely true.
Yes.
And Hera is easily a terrible, terrible mother who should
Absolutely.
have the Galactic Child Protection Services.
Why don't we see what some of the top comments were? I don't know. Ray's mum agreed to sell her into slavery. What? What? Why would this? What?
That's a very solid defense there, I would say. Yeah.
Would you
Very
rather be a
solid
slave
defense.
or be brought into a war zone as a kid?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's
They're
your
not
choices
both
in
bad.
this
They
universe.
can't both be bad.
Yeah.
I guess if you survive the war, you're free to
Yeah,
go, but slavery
Depends on the
more,
nature of the war zone.
Are they making the argument that Ray's mom
It's
is
not-
also a good mom? So
I don't
if
fucking
that's
know.
okay,
Worse.
why isn't this okay?
This doesn't
it's
make
kinda-
any sense at all. It's just
It's even
you know,
worse than a war zone.
what about this bad thing that also happened? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
What she's saying is we're specifically going out to look for these evil Sith warriors. Specifically, that's what we're going to go find them. We're going to bump into them. Come on.
Star Wars moms have always been horrible. What are you
Like,
complaining
well, you're a
about?
Jedi, right? You can protect me. No.
Then it gets even more interesting. For example, by real-world standards, sure. However, this is Star Wars, a franchise primarily intended for children and teenagers. As such, it has people. As such, it has people bring children into dangerous situations, so the child-teenager audience can have someone representing them in the story. Other examples include Qui-Gon taking Anakin to the Battle of Naboo with him in Episode 1, which, correct me if I'm wrong, he wants him out of the fight as soon as it starts.
Yeah.
You
He
just
puts
stay in
him in
that
the ship.
cockpit and don't
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah. Padme and her handmaidens being around the age of 14 during Episode 1. I don't know what does that have to do with, like...
They were the political leaders.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah, that doesn't. That's
Or,
retarded.
what does
That
have to
doesn't
do
mean
with,
that they
like,
don't want to fight.
slavery or battlefields and stuff.
Yeah.
Ahsoka participating in the Clone Wars as a teenager. Well, that probably is retarded.
Yeah, pretty bad, but that is retarded. But at least she was sort of trained as a Jedi. So
Right,
she could
yeah, she was a
defend
Jedi
herself to
Padawan,
some
at
degree.
least.
That's something.
Ezra going on missions during early seasons of Rebels.
I'm gonna assume that's retarded.
I have no
Well, he
idea.
was a Padawan that was like a member of this little rebel resistance cell, so him going on missions is sort of the only reason they would keep him around, I'd imagine.
And then the entirety of the Young Jedi Adventures show, which I don't even know what that's referencing.
I assume
Might-
that's all
Might
retarded.
also, yeah, it might be.
Well, someone already said, look
Sure.
at all that trash. It's like, it could just all
Yeah.
be trash. I don't know.
It's
little-
always been bad.
The little boy is her co-pilot now that the father is not there. They are shown flying together in Rebels. So
now that there's no father, my
Wait.
my young son.
There are no
has to be
other
the
fucking
one to-
co-pilots you can have.
Oh, can't find anybody else?
Nope,
that's such
no
a
one can do
fucking
it.
bizarre reason to bring a little boy into war. It's like, well, he's my co-pilot. Like, what?
My co-pilot.
Okay, you weirdo.
I can't possibly use any one of the military
No.
Yeah, the
organization I'm
trained
part of.
pilots.
And then someone says,
I want my little child.
but now she's part of an organized government and military. Why is she still dragging her son into combat? So she wouldn't change what she's doing because of the government, I suppose. Much like she wouldn't change
Oh,
her
that's why
light
she's a
freighter
horrible
for
mother.
an actual combat vessel. So he said you have all of the apparatus to not take your son into war. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to do it just because the government tell me to.
Yeah. I still want to be a horrible mother, so
Truly, Hera's the libertarian bringing her son into a combat zone.
Like, really?
He's like, I ain't gonna let the government stop me.
In a series about space wizards and laser swords, a single mother bringing her
Laser
kid to work,
swords.
bringing her kid to work.
Kid to work.
Get
God.
I don't
If your
get
work is
people
going
like
to
you.
confront Sith, I don't get people like you. You're not a person.
Bringing their kid to work. What the fuck?
That's all it was. Just a single. First off, a single mother bringing her kid to work. That is fucking weird. That's bizarre. A single mom doesn't typically
Unless your
bring
work
their
has
kid
a
to work.
daycare center, like that's the only way that would
There are
make
scenarios
sense.
where that can make sense. Why are we even fucking giving them that much
Maybe.
leeway? It's a war zone, technically. It's filled with people who assassinate each other. Like, what the fuck is she bringing a kid there for? It's her workplace.
Well, he's got
maybe
superpowers,
it's
so he'll
every
be
day is
fine.
bring your kid to war day. Drive to war.
Bring your kid to work.
Man, the
Dave.
commute to war
This is,
today is really rough.
This is an M1 Abrams tank. All right, hop on in.
I mean,
rolling.
Sunday.
Even fucking 40k doesn't do this shit like usually.
It's like you're a
40K
you're a
is
little
judging
kid. We
you.
could fit. You know how many kids we could cram into a tank? Boy, let me tell you. We could fit
Any
dozens
kid,
of
any
little
person
bitches.
can use. Any person can
Look
use
at
the
this
force. It doesn't
defense.
matter who your parents are, but also we need to take this kid to
Did
war
you
because
not
his dad
watch
was a Jedi.
Rebels? She's been bringing her kids into battle for decades.
Ah, she's all
Yeah.
right.
Oh, well, fine.
What?
There you
She's
go.
always been horrible.
She's
Who are
always
her
been
kids in this
horrible.
context?
Yeah, this is Weasel.
It's
always
in
this.
character, Mauler. It's in
Like,
character.
This is
for
what I
her to
mean,
be
man.
horrible.
It's like, what the fuck
I mean,
is
it was
going
like, are
on?
Sabine and Ezra
Stupid
her
fucking
kids in the context
defenses.
of that quote?
You guys need
It's
help.
okay to do it if you've done it for decades and got away with it. Yeah.
I
It's-
really
yeah,
start to
it's
hate
always been
Andor's
retarded
fans.
fucking-
Like,
Oh,
because they have
big-
brains?
Are you big mad that
'Cause they like
everybody
stories
likes
they can
Andor
actually
but
think.
not like your show? Oh no.
this
God,
just all
I'm
boils
glad-
back down to why don't you let us have
I
fun?
appreciate the honesty, I suppose.
Because you're retarded and you don't
but
deserve
it-
fun.
But it is really funny. I hate those fans of that show that everybody agrees is better.
No.
You're
I think
just
I'm kind of glad that this Filoni show exists, so it can kind of sequester these freaks away in their own little like playpen.
it's not even just
and they can play with
Filoni's.
their
It's,
toys.
it's
and-
almost like all of them and then Andor. Like, they just want to enjoy it all, right? So, like, we want to have fun with all of it. As opposed to, and then someone's just like, yeah, but isn't this thing super retarded? And it's like, fucking Andor fans, the fucking, oh, look at me, I have a brain.
how does the person who think it's okay for her to bring her kid to work, quote unquote, how does that person look at Andor and be like, yeah, this is high quality, this is good?
I kind of need to point out this is the exact same shit you deal with in Fallout, where you criticize Bethesda and suddenly it's just, oh, New Vegas fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at me, I have a
Yeah,
brain
yeah.
yet again.
Why do you like the game that wasn't even made by Bethesda or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Fucking
That's why
brain
it's good.
havers. They're disgusting.
Gross.
Wet boys.
Yeah. Shocking. And that's just how it goes, apparently.
Wow.
And they want to enjoy their show. Yes, okay, fine. She's a mum who brings her kids to battlefields, whatever. We've all done that. We've all been there, bro.
What's life without a little
No.
child endangerment? Come on,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, you
Hashtag
save money
relatable.
not having to pick them up from school if you just bring them to war with you.
And then leave without them. It's the easy way.
Yeah. She
Like I
is
said,
temporarily disabled though when she brings her kid to work, so you know.
the thing
she's
is, right,
permanently
I think
disabled.
all of these accounts defending it this way, if they were brought back into a conversation about this, they would easily agree now that, like, yeah, that is insane that she brought her kid. Just like, because at the time it was
Yeah,
coming
maybe.
out, so it was like, oh, we gotta say all the nice things.
Defend thing,
Mhm.
defend thing. Wow.
We're having fun. Yeah.
I hope none of these people are parents.
These do have a bit of that the vibe of that meme of the fat guy with the swords of leave the multi-billion-dollar corporation alone.
Yeah. Yes.
That guy with
We,
the swords.